Hi guys, it's MJ. Today I'm going to be showing you how I draw some of my faces. I've been knowing a couple of you people out there have been wanting to see how I do some of my faces. So I'm going to be working on the side view and the front view. So let's start with the front view. So as you can see, I've already done a couple guidelines for myself. I've done a oval shape that is slightly skinnier at this end than at the top. But not ridiculously skinnier. Then I have the two lines that have a slight curve to them, inward. That is for the neck. And then I have the cross shape, of course, in the middle. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do to add to this is I'm going to make the guidelines for the mouth, the eyes, and the nose. So halfway in between this line, the chin, and this dot here, you should draw the nose. Just a little line. We'll get into drawing it later. So right below that, kind of like this, you're going to want to draw the mouth. Don't worry, we'll get to drawing that a little bit more. Now your person is probably going to look really goofy right now. This is just markings for where we're going to put our things. For the eyes, I'm just going to kind of do my basic eye. Trust me, we'll work on this. This is just for kind of positioning. Your guy's going to look really goofy right now, don't worry. This is the time where you're going to want to edit your shapes, and now you can customize your face to the person. Now I'm working on a teenager, slightly good looking, so we're going to, I'm going to kind of take a little bit off this side of the face, a little bit off the neck. You can go with the shape of your head that you like if you've already drawn it to the perfect shape you want, you can keep it that way. That's perfectly fine. But I'm just editing my face a little bit. You don't have to worry about editing the top too much because we're going to be covering that up with some hair. Okay. There we go. So now what I think we're going to work on next is, now that we have our basic positions, we're going to gently erase this line here. So now you can kind of see how this might, there. So now you can see kind of how your figure might look. I'm going to go in and right about here, let's work on the mouth and the nose. Whoops. Wonder if that's too zoomed in. It's not focusing. There we go. So for the nose, I'm going to start out there. I'm going to start, when I do the front view, I'm going to start with a gentle V shape that's rounded at the bottom. And on the sides, I'm going to do pieces kind of like this. You can size it to your character. Now I'm just working on this nose right now. This is not my best work. So, now for the mouth. I kind of like to do a slight dip at about this area if you're drawing it realistically. I'm trying to show you as best of realistic I can do. End up doing it slightly more comic because that's what I tend to do more with my characters. For the top lip, you're going to do this gentle line. It slightly dips inward at this point. At the bottom, you're going to make the bottom lip more skinny as well. Hold on. Then dips downward at the midpoint. This is my realistic version. The next head I will be drawing, which is going to be completely from scratch, I'm going to be showing you how I do my comic head version. Slightly different and a lot more quick. Kind of do a line here and the ear on both sides. Now the bottom and the top of the ear, how I kind of guesstimate it is at the bottom of the nose, you have the bottom of the ear, and then at the top of the kind of the middle of the eye, you get the top of the ear. So I've kind of drawn in my ears, and now let's work on the eyes. You're going to want to lightly erase it just so you keep your positioning in, but you'll be able to. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so I'm going to draw a curve on the upside and a slight one on the underside. Now on the inside of the eye, I'm going to draw a circle. There are different ways you can draw eyes, and I agree this isn't the most realistic way, but it's also because this is a smaller picture of it. And I highly recommend if you're doing this for the first time, it might turn out a little bit better if you do it smaller, because it's difficult to get perfect shapes when they're large. I'm going to draw on a highlight and color in 1/2 of that. Since this character is female and she's probably wearing mascara, I'm going to be drawing a darker line over the top. This is sort of a subtle expression. Drawing here. Let's work on the other line. Sometimes people find it's very difficult to draw the eye exactly like the other one, mirror to it. I find that's a little bit difficult sometimes too, but with practice, it's actually quite easy to overcome. But keyword, practice, and I don't mean just a little bit, a lot of it. And it doesn't have to be exactly mirroring it. There we go. Now the eyebrows, you want them to be gentle, but you never want them to be straight lines. You want them to be slightly curved. That makes them the most realistic. Now let's work on the hair. The hair is quite fun for this project. Alright, so we're going to be starting out by taking this line. We're going to draw the hairline. I'm just going to make that about right there. It doesn't really matter. For each figure, it's going to be different. Let's see. Let's probably just do long, flowy hair around her shoulders. So I'm just going to start some subtle strokes. Actually, I may do a video about hair. Hair's kind of a fun thing to draw. Sorry, the quality of my video isn't the best. I have my camera zoomed in as far as I can go. Do some subtle strokes. And if it's a teenager figure and you might want to draw some cheekbones in there too, that might be a good idea. There we go. That's a subtle hairstyle. Alright, so you have your character. For this one, I'm going to draw in a couple of freckles across your nose. Blend them a little bit. So there's your character. You can draw the shirt neckline in if you want, and maybe some shoulders to kind of finish the shape. Now I'm going to move over to the side view. Now, side view is a little bit different. In fact, a lot different. And I find sometimes that this can be even harder. Actually, sometimes a lot harder. So I hope I can explain this properly. So you've drawn your little box shape here, right? Oh, at least I hope you did. And now you're going to, from here to here, you're going to draw this interesting curve. Like you're drawing part of a circle inside the box, from there to there. Then you're going to go like this, and you're going to draw this part right here. It's not going to curve quite as much, but we're just getting the basics in here. Now, you're not going to go all the way back to the box. You're going to take off, actually, a little bit of it. And this is where you're going to draw the back of your head. You don't quite need to touch that line. It's going to take about up 2/3 of this half box. Now, I'm going to draw a line from here to here, and that is going to be the basic side view of the head. Now you might be going, wow, that looks really weird. Well, you're going to add in the shoulder, which is kind of drawn like that. This will look a little nicer in just a second. So now we are going to erase kind of the box shape that's around here. And now we're going to edit this shape so it can make it into our head. This is how I've seen people do this, and they've done this really well, much better than I have. But anyway, This is quite a weird shape to start your head with. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start where that line was. And I'm going to make this interesting little indent, which is probably just going to instantly make your face look a little bit weirder and maybe a little bit more human at the same time. Because what you're going to see is then this part right about here is going to turn into the nose. Just a little indent. Again, I'm doing the same female figure, but from the side view. Then you're going to make the mouth. The mouth I find is a little bit difficult, but we're just going to put this line here for now. We'll edit that a little bit later. But now let's work on the chin. Chin I find is a little bit difficult, but it does curve in. So don't keep it jutting out like that unless you're drawing a comic character with attributes that maybe resemble something like that. I then just kind of going to lightly erase that so you can see it and kind of understand the guidelines, but maybe not make the cheekbone go quite that far up. Then you're going to take from the bottom of the nose to about here is where you can draw your ear, or you can draw your ear right after you do your eye, but I'm going to do that right now. So you can start to see this character coming to life. Now we're going to do the eyes. This is where it kind of gets to be fun. So you're not going to draw them smack up against this front, and you're not going to draw them back here. I'm sorry, we don't do that sort of things here. You're going to draw the eye. You're going to draw a line about here. So you have about an eye width, about how far you're going to make it. Here to here. I kind of like to make it about that far. About mouth width. So then you're going to make a curved line that almost goes down to the bottom, and then you're going to take a line like that, kind of finish the shape. Then I'm going to kind of edit the forehead a little bit here. Now for inside of the eye, you're going to do this. This is very similar to my comic eye. I'll be redoing it here. Now I'm just going to kind of edit the mouth. Rounding the lips a little bit. This is looking very much like one of my anime characters. This is actually almost exactly the same as how I do my anime characters. Then for the hair, you're going to still have the hairline, but you're going to brush. I'm going to fix that neckline there. You're going to brush it over, coming from the neckline and kind of starting there. I think once you put the hair on, it kind of really just finishes the figure. And I'm not erasing this part underneath, so you'll be able to kind of see where it comes out and kind of go up to that area if you think you've made this part of the head a little bit too big. You can erase that. Just gonna erase it just a little bit. Oh, beautiful. So that is the side view. You can edit that to turn into whatever person you want. And of course, since we're making the same figure, I'm just gonna add a couple of freckles. I'll zoom out so you can kind of see that. Alright, so next, for the part 2 of my video, I will have to do this in a different video, but in the part 2, I'll be doing a little bit more on anime faces. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. It'd be awesome if you guys could also leave a comment on some videos you might want me to do. And that's all. Thanks for watching. Bye.